Chapter 13, Natural Disasters, Earth's Fury. In this lesson, earthquake. Effects of an earthquake. Volcano. Effects of volcanoes. Tsunami. Drought. A natural disaster is a natural event, caused by the forces of nature, that results in large-scale destruction to property and loss of human lives. They may occur at any place and at any time without any warning. We have no control over them. Earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, tsunamis, cyclones and droughts are some natural disasters which adversely affect our lives. Let us study some of them in detail. Earthquake. An earthquake is a sudden movement of a part of the Earth's surface. It is caused by movements or vibrations within the Earth. The outermost layer of the Earth is called the crust. It is made up of small and huge blocks called plates. These plates keep moving continuously and usually slide smoothly against each other. However, sometimes the movement between the plates becomes violent. The crust then breaks and energy is released in the form of vibrations. These vibrations are felt as earthquakes by us. The point of origin, deep inside the Earth, of an earthquake is called the focus, and the corresponding point on the surface of the Earth, vertically above the focus, is called the epicenter. After a big earthquake, smaller tremors called aftershocks may occur. Breaktimes they occur when the displaced rocks start falling back into place. Earthquakes can be mild or massive. They are measured for their intensity on the Richter scale. This scale was invented by Charles Richter in 1935. It begins from magnitude 1 and upwards. Earthquakes of magnitudes 1 and 2 can barely be felt, but those of magnitudes 3 and 4 can be felt. Earthquakes measuring 5 or above can cause much destruction. Earthquakes generate waves which travel in all directions from the epicenter. These waves can be detected by an instrument called the seismograph. Experts who study and monitor earthquakes are called seismologists. The seismograph consists of a frame, spring, stone, drum, paper, and pen. As the earth shakes, the spring moves the pen over the paper wrapped on the drum. The pattern drawn on the paper is called a seismogram. Effects of an earthquake. Earthquakes may cause large-scale destruction of property. As a result of earthquakes, cracks develop in the walls of buildings. If the earthquake is severe, buildings collapse and trees are uprooted. It can cause landslides and fires. Roads, bridges and dams get damaged. Undersea earthquakes can cause landslides and tsunamis. People lose their lives when they get trapped under the debris. There is a huge loss of both life and property. Activity 1. Take a pack of cards. Make a building out of these cards. Switch on the fan or shake the table. The entire building will fall down in seconds. This is exactly what happens when there is a severe earthquake. Preventive measures. If caught in an earthquake, run out in the open area, stand away from buildings, electric poles, trees, etc., which could fall down. Take shelter under a sturdy table to avoid getting hurt in case you are not able to go out. If inside a vehicle, stay there till the shaking stops. Do not park the vehicle near a tall building or an electric pole. Avoid entering a tall building for some time even after the quake has stopped, as damaged portions may fall later. Volcano. Volcano is a crack or opening on the Earth's crust through which hot gases, molten rock and ash come out of the Earth. These are thrown up and out of the crust through a vertical tunnel called the vent. The vent molten rocks or minerals which erupt are known as magma. Volcanoes are usually found in the shape of conical mountains. The magma that escapes through the surface of the Earth is called lava. When the lava cools, it forms different structures like plains, mountains, etc. Lava takes a very long time to cool. Volcanoes may also form under the sea. Volcanoes are of 3 types on the basis of the nature of their eruptions: active, dormant and extinct. Active volcanoes. Active volcanoes have erupted in the recent past, and can erupt again. Many active volcanoes are found in the Pacific area. Some well-known active volcanoes are Mount Vesuvius, Mount Etna, Mount Erebus and Mount Fuji. The Barren Island is the only active volcano in India located in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Dormant volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes are those volcanoes which have not erupted for a long time, are quiet now, but may erupt in the future. Extinct volcanoes. Extinct volcanoes are those volcanoes which have stopped erupting and are not likely to erupt again. Effects of volcanoes. Volcanic eruptions are one of the most destructive of natural disasters, causing damage to both property and life. Poisonous gases and dust are released during a volcano eruption. These can kill people and can cause breathing disorders. A volcano can trigger tsunamis, earthquakes and avalanches. However, volcanic eruptions are useful in many ways. The soil formed from volcanic rocks is rich in minerals, especially potassium, and is therefore very fertile. Volcanoes also attract many tourists, thus generating revenue for the country. Tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word meaning harbor wave. Tsunami is a series of huge waves caused by an underwater earthquake or volcanic eruption. In a tsunami, large volume of water moves at a very fast speed of up to 800 km/h in all directions from the area of disturbance. As the waves reach the shore, they rise in the form of gigantic waves like a wall. They can be as high as acres or feet. A tsunami brings a lot of destruction which is capable of killing thousands of people along the coasts in a matter of seconds. Entire towns and villages along the coastline get destroyed. At many places, tsunami warning centers have been established to warn people about a coming tsunami. One must try to move to safer places which are at a higher level. Areas near the sea should be evacuated immediately. On December 26, 2004, a massive undersea earthquake measuring 9.0 on the Richter scale hit off the coast of Indonesia. It triggered a gigantic tsunami which caused widespread death and destruction across coastal regions of many countries across South Asia. Over 150,000 people perished in 11 countries, the hardest hit being Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India and Thailand. More than 5 million people became homeless. Drought. When a certain region receives no rain, or less rain than normal for a long period, it is said to be affected by drought. Drought can also be caused due to hot dry winds, very high temperatures and excessive evaporation of moisture from the soil. Life in drought-affected areas becomes very difficult due to acute water scarcity and failure of crops. Relief is sent in the form of food, water and medicines from neighboring areas or by international humanitarian agencies. 3 major droughts hit India in the 20th century in 1945, 1965-66 and 1986-87. The 1987 drought was one of the worst droughts of the century which affected 1/3 of the country.